Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Hawk. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Tuesday. Today is day 1 of our 2-week challenge. Yesterday was sort of a welcome day, but today we're actually going to really dive in, and I have a very fun 360 sort of design for you guys today. So I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Lots of you guys today. Let's see, we've got Amna, Cornell, Leandro, Sam, hey guys, Janessa, Tia, hope you guys are all having a great day. If you have any questions, just let me know in the chat. I'll be checking that throughout the stream today. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and head on over to behance.net/challenge/XD if you'd like to just follow along with me. So this, of course, is your main homepage where you can find everything related to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. And if you're not already registered, go ahead and sign up with this big blue button right here, and that way you'll be notified each day at 8 a.m. in your Creative Cloud notifications that there is a new challenge. So let's scroll on down and see what today's challenge is. Today, I want you guys to you might have already seen this on Twitter. I give like little sneak peeks on Twitter during the day. So I want you guys to design the virtual tour experience for a real estate website. So think like, we're doing a lot of things now online instead. So you want to like go from room to room and view all of the rooms. We're going to use some auto animate. So I want you guys to allow users to view different rooms and design an indicator displaying which room they're in. So this is going to be fun. I have a little trick for how you can kind of simulate the 3D sort of look without using like videos or anything too crazy like VR or whatever. So this is a fun one. If you want to, you can grab the starter file from Dropbox. So just hit that get started button and then come on over to here to download and direct download. And then you will get a little starter file like this. I'll go into that in just a second, but let's kind of cover the rest of this page. So you can also, I know some of you were asking today on Twitter as well, like if you miss any of these streams, where can you rewatch them? So you can just press watch video right here on this homepage, or we also have the replays on YouTube. So wherever you prefer. And of course, I know I always harp on Discord, but it's really an awesome community for you guys to get feedback on your work. So definitely encourage you to share your work each day as we're doing these. Even if it's just work in progress, that's totally fine. I love to see what you guys are working on. So if you're not a member, just hit that join us button. I already signed up, so it's giving me this, but it'll ask if you want to create an account. And this is what Discord looks like. So just to highlight a few of the channels, we've got all of our channels over here. So if you are working on these, the challenges during these 2 weeks, you'll want to put your work in this current challenge channel right here. And some of you guys are already on the ball posting your work today. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all of those. So we do have mentors. We've got a lot of mentors online right now. And if you want to, send us a message or just post in here and we'll give you guys feedback on your work if you'd like it. And then if you just want to see when we're going live for the Creative Challenge, just click up here in this Creative Challenge channel and Sam will let you guys know who the host is and what the challenge is for the day. So that is a bit about Discord. Now let's go ahead and I know some of you guys were like, oh, I want to see the design kind of before, not at the end of the stream, like give us a preview at the beginning. So I'm going to start doing that. So this is what we're going to be creating. It's a little blurry. I think Behance takes some time to make it not so blurry. I don't know. I feel like after a few hours it doesn't look as blurry or pixelated. So let me go back a bit. This is what we're going to be doing. So think of you're walking through a virtual tour. I'm doing a website. I think it might be kind of hard to see this on mobile, maybe a tablet. That's probably big enough. But we're going to be focusing on this area over here too. So as you can see, tapping through each of those little icons to go to the next room, if you will. So my main trick for this is, well, let's just get into the starter file first, and then I'll get into my trick. All right, so here's the starter file. Like I mentioned, I give you guys one of these each day, and this is kind of what it looks like. So at the top, I tell you what day it is, and like I mentioned, today's prompt, designing a virtual tour experience. And then I've got just a little bit of inspiration down here. This one I love by Anastasia. Really like super minimal. It's not too crazy looking, but we do have a very minimal, nice looking location indicator down here. So if you want to do mobile, you might want to do something like that. Or if you're doing web, you can add a little bit more detail. This one looks kind of more like, you know, Zillow with a lot more features with like filters and search and, you know, the map view over here and some more details for the different houses. If you want to do that, something more that style, you're welcome to, of course. And then I always share with you guys my resource booklet. So if you want to hop through any of these tabs, you just use this component area over here just to look through those different states. Just some links to icons and such, things that I find helpful. And then down here, just some tips for myself. You can read through that in your own time if you want, but just particularly relating to this particular design today. So I've already started. I've given you guys an artboard to start with. This is just 1920 by 1080. So if you want to choose a different size, come over here to the artboard indicator or icon, and you can choose a different size over here. So I'm going to stay on 1920 by 1080, typical desktop size. And I always change the background fill to the same color as this background. So you can just do that by using the eyedropper. Normally it's white. And I'm going to drag over a menu bar. So I've already made a few of these elements or components beforehand just to kind of save time. But up at the top, we've got this menu that says just like home hunting. It's not super original for a name, but that's okay. And then, you know, just like an account and your hamburger menu, pretty typical. And then let's see, a left detail view. So I want it to kind of be similar to actually like XD, where when you're clicking on one of the particular houses, you do see some more details that appear. So we've got like price, maybe one image, maybe it's the outside of the house or something, just some more details like amenities and stuff. Now I want to focus on this area over here. So I do want to bring in a photo that I just got from Adobe Stock of like the living room, just some different rooms in the house. And I started doing this just with individual images, and it didn't look super like cohesive because I wanted it to look like it's all one image, like we're stepping through the whole house at one time kind of. So the thing that I did was, if you come to Adobe Stock and you just search 360 view apartment, they have these, and I don't even know how I found this, but they have these 360 view, I'm not sure how they made these, but it looks like a little wonky when you look at them here, but when you zoom in, it actually looks very normal. So that's what I did. You can just download any of these. They've got a lot of options. Pick one that looks kind of like a house or an apartment. Some of these are pretty cool though, like I don't know what all these spaces are, but yeah. So download one of those if you want it to kind of look the same style that I'm doing. And I've already got this downloaded into my components. It's huge, but it's so big because I want to be able to zoom in on certain parts of this image. So this is kind of what it looks like. You know, it's a little like circular in certain areas, but that's totally fine because when we zoom in to like specific areas, it won't look like that. So I think I'll start on the right side over here. And what I'm gonna do is first I want to add some little indicators. Let's see, just like an area indicator in each of these spots that I'm gonna kind of land on. So this first one will start just right over here. This is like the foyer, let's say. Not really sure what a foyer is. I think it's like an entrance area, but that is where we're gonna start. And then, so right now we're just kind of mapping out each of the areas where we're gonna go. And then, oh, I've got responsive resize on. Don't want that on. let's make this a little bigger, and this will be like just the hallway. So let's rename this hallway. Move that over a bit. Cool. And if you want to go in and adjust some of like this little guy a bit, the dash, you can do that. I'm not gonna mess too much with those little details, but you get the idea. Okay, and then next stop will be the kitchen. So we'll put this like right here, around those corners a bit, and we'll say kitchen. Move that over a bit. Copy and paste this again. So this one, we'll say this is like, we're going out on the balcony area. Balcony, cool. And then we'll do 2 more. Sorry, there's like lots of cat hair floating around my apartment. So I just like, because of my cat. It's always getting in my face. Okay, then next we'll do living room. Change this, living room. Move that over a tad. Bring this a bit bigger. Center it. Okay, and then just 1 more. This will be the bedroom. We can't see like too clearly in here, but it'll be just kind of on the side, and that's okay. Bring this in a bit on the sides. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this first is because I want Auto Animate to keep all of those little area indicators in the same spot and not be moving. So I just want to be able to group all of these together. So Command G, and then we can go ahead and mask this and place it on our artboard. So let's create the rectangle for our mask. So we'll just drag this rectangle, and then I'll put this like, we'll start over here, and then just select both of those, Command M to mask, and we can place it right here. That should fit. And then if you just double click in, you can move this around, you know, make it bigger, smaller, whatever you want. So we are going to be using Auto Animate to make that image move around. We're just really panning around this photo, but it's the same photo, keep in mind. The next thing I want to add is a little location indicator so we can get from room to room. So let's add just something like this, a little sort of overlay. Add a shadow, give it some blur, maybe like 30 or so, 35. Oh, also, I just want to add kind of a gradient behind that. Just makes it look a little nicer, I think. Okay, so on this location indicator, let's add icons for the different rooms so we can click through. And I've already added all of these, so let's just bring all of these out and put them in a row. So we've got foyer, hallway, kitchen. Just line them up vertically, and then we will be able to click through them. Kitchen, balcony. You can do this without a repeat grid too. Be an easy way to do this. Living room, bedroom, and bathroom. There was great icons, like I just use emojis, Apple's emojis for this. There was great emojis for everything except for hallway. So someone walking through hallway, I don't know. I think it works, it's fine. Okay, group all those together, so Command G. And then I'm just gonna kind of place these on this little floating box here. Can make this a little bit thinner. Center it, and let's go ahead and add something that looks like it's selected. So I've just got this little blue circle, and we can just move this super easily from room to room and icon to icon. So let's mask these. I'll group these as well. Command G to group, and then just another rectangle to mask, maybe 4 or so of them, and Shift Command M. And that's a bit small. I'll make this a little bigger. We'll add balcony. Bring this down a bit. And the only thing else that I need on here is just a down arrow to be able to get through some more. Cool. So that is the basis of our design, and now we can start panning our photo around. So let's just grab the whole artboard. So just select the title of the artboard, Command C and Command V. It'll just paste it right next to the current artboard that we have. And let's go ahead and double click, and then we can just move this over to the next room, which would be the hallway. And then we can resize this a little bit because it's pretty big. Just want to see like pretty much only the bike. That looks good. And then we can bring the selected circle just down to hallway. Move it down. All right. And then let's copy again, paste it again. Just gonna do the same thing. I'll do like, I think it's 6 of these. So next would be kitchen. Again, don't be afraid to scale this bigger or smaller depending on what your the room in your image looks like, so you can get most of it. So now we're at kitchen, so we can bring this down. Bring that down. Cool. And I'll copy and paste it again. Bring this over. Balcony. Uh-oh, we lost the balcony little image. That's okay. We get that this is the balcony. Make this a little bit bigger. Center it a bit. Okay, that looks good. And now we can come down, bring the selected little circle down to balcony. And the next one we actually need to, since we have this little down arrow and we can't see the rest of our icons there, we need another artboard in between to just select that little down arrow. So copy and paste it, and we'll just drag, double click in your mask, drag all these up until we get to living room as the top one. Okay. And then from that one, we can click on living room. So copy and paste it again. And I'm just waiting until the end to do all of the interactions at once, hopping over to the prototype tab. I think it's a little easier just to, you know, do it all at once at the end. A little quicker, but doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. Okay, so living room, and we'll move this over a bit. That's pretty big, so let's scale this down a bit. Just a tad. Hey everyone that's just joining. Oh, Anna! Hey Anna, good to see you. Or not really see you, but sort of in the chat. Vlada, Richard. Hey Richard. Some familiar faces. Hope you guys are having a great day. Alright, almost done here. Okay. And this one got a little bit small, so let's make sure that this text is big enough. We can raise this a bit and down. Okay. That looks great. Oh, same with living room. Need to make this a little bigger. So many layers. All right, so this is at like 13. I try to keep my text around 12, which is average reading in a book size. Okay. So we're at living room, and then this one needs to be moved down to bedroom. Move it on down. Cool. All right, so now we can go ahead and add all of the interactions. So let's go on back here. Okay, so we're starting at our first artboard, and because we grouped everything together, Auto Animate already knows that like from this artboard to this artboard, like this little indicator is named the same, so it is going to move with the rest of the objects that it's grouped with. So we don't have to do a whole ton. All we have to do is go over into our prototype tab, and then let's just select, you can select the individual icons. I'm just gonna select the whole thing, that's fine. And then drag this little blue indicator over to the next artboard. Our trigger will be tap, and our action here will be auto animate. And I want to change the duration to like 2 seconds, just so we can see it kind of gradually moving. We don't want it too fast. And then same with this next one. It should just automatically keep whatever your trigger and your type of action were from the previous artboard. So it kept it auto animate 2 seconds, And we can do that for each of these. Yep. And then on this one, we want to select that little down arrow. So that will know that the mask should go up and all of these icons should appear. So that looks good. And then we select living room. Great. And the last one will be bedroom. Cool. And actually from, let's see, this one to this one where we're just selecting the down arrow, I don't want it to be 2 seconds. I want it to just be like pretty quick, maybe 0.4 seconds. That'll be fine. All right. Oh, I always forget to save until like the end of the stream. So Command S to save. Don't forget that. And okay. Make sure when you're previewing your work, you have your first artboard has that little home blue indicator selected. Otherwise, it might start on another artboard that you didn't mean it to start on. So let's go ahead and press that play button. And we've got our preview popped up right here. Okay, so we can select, we're starting on the hallway. Welcome to the home. It looks nice so far. So we walk over to the hallway and it automatically, since we did auto animate, it automatically kind of swipes over there. Then we select kitchen. It goes over to the kitchen, looking lovely. I think I want to buy this house. It's working. All right, balcony. That looks nice. And then we press the down arrow. That was a little quick. I might change that. Little animation going up. Then we've got the living room. Looks great. And lastly, the bedroom. So that looks nice. The only thing that kind of bothered me was that these little circles were also moving at 2 seconds. So if you want to change that, the only thing you have to do is just go in and let's go back to design. Go into your layers panel and just rename this little selector indicator to something else, because right now auto animate sees, oh, this is named the same, it's component 8-2. So if we name this 2 or something, it will not be able to connect those two from artboard to artboard. So let's preview that again just so I can show you. So if we click hallway, that did not. Let's see if I rename this one. Let's name this 1. Okay. That should work. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, well, ignore that. Normally when you rename things, it will not find the same item, but I'll play around with it and see if we can finesse that a bit. Okay, so there's your prototype. Again, if you want to record it, just press the play button and then press record, and you'll see the numbers start going, and you can just start clicking around, and then you can save it as an MOV file. So that's what I usually do. I'm not going to save it right now. So if you do want to save, you can also just select any of your artboards, go up to File, Export, and Selected. You can save it as a PNG or whatever you want. And then let's hop over into Behance. I've already got a file or a new project started. So if you want to see what I'm working on any of these daily creative challenge days, just go ahead and go to my profile and look at the most recent one. So make sure that when you are, if you're adding a new project on your Behance, make sure you go into edit and then add in settings and then discoverability, a lot of tabs there. Add the keyword, which is under project tags, add the keyword XD daily challenge, and then I can find your work and share it. Today, obviously, I don't have a ton of new projects from you guys to look at because right now we didn't have a challenge yesterday. But tomorrow, during tomorrow's stream towards the end, I'll pull up some of you guys' work on Discord and Behance, and we can review them a little bit at the end if we have time. So make sure you have that keyword. You know, if you want to add any other basic info like the tags, I always do that. Add a little description, you know, this is the daily creative challenge, blah, 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 and save. And sometimes I see just like a PNG of your work, which is fine, but make sure that you do add some kind of description just so we know, you know, what was your process or what was this project even about. I do think it helps a ton having the actual prototype or like something that we can click through, or just an MOV file is totally fine too. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. And I'm gonna go ahead and save this. I think I already saved it, but we're good. All right, cool. Thank you guys all so much for watching. That's about all the time that I have left for today. So I will be checking on Discord and Behance after this. So if you guys are sharing your work in that current challenge channel in Discord, I'll be looking over there and giving you guys feedback. If you want to share with me there, or if you don't want anyone to see if it's a work in progress, you can just DM it to me on Discord. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow again at 2 p.m. Pacific. And don't go anywhere, because in about 5 minutes, we've got our doodle therapy. So stick around for that. Bye, guys.